Hi, it's Kari Matthews of Prairie Quilting. Today we're working on my Once Upon a Month block of the month, and it is April, our fourth month, which is this fun rainbow block. The pattern is available through my website, prairiequilting.com. And the blocks are each sold separately, and along with them is an extra project. So this month's extra project is this fun table runner. So it's bright and cheery, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for the rainbow block, we are going to go ahead and start with these little tiny sections for kind of a variation on the drunkard's path. Okay, so we're going to be doing rainbow stripes. So we're going to find the center, and we're going to sew with this little pie-shaped piece on the bottom. And these, of course, you're going to want to cut so that the bias is this part. So see how that stretches? You want that to be able to stretch, where it won't ease around very easily. Okay, so we'll go ahead, get that here, and then we will be using our stiletto for this as well. Okay, here we are. We're gonna go ahead and have our needle, oops, let me push that needle down so that I can maneuver and use, raise the presser foot if I need to. I'm using that stiletto to keep those edges lined up and to make sure there's no, puckering going on as best I can. Using my 1/4 inch seam. And this is just easing the fabric in here. And because it was cut with that curved piece on the bias, it is curving around easier. Okay, so for one of these, we're going to press toward the rainbow section, and for the other, we're going to press toward the blue. Okay, and we're doing that so that they will nest. Okay, so now we're going to just add a blue strip. Okay, so every time this is going to get easier and easier. We're going to pinch now the purple, and then the inner of this blue, and then a pin on each end again. It's just the same thing over and over again, just adding another color as we go. Okay, and then this is, of course, in rainbow order. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay. All right, let's sew those. All right, here we go. Got our needle down again and got our stiletto handy. And we're just gonna keep on sewing using our 1/4 inch here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep going in the same direction. Okay, so if it's going out, we're gonna press out. If it's going toward the center, we're going toward the center, so that way all of them will nest. Okay, so now I'll fold the blue and the inner green. Okay, and one on the end, same thing. We're just adding one more layer to this rainbow here. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead with our needle down again and ease this row around. All right, and pressing is once again, same direction, toward or away from that center. Okay. There we go. Okay, next is yellow. Go ahead and find our yellow center and our green. Okay, match those two up. All right, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and leave our needle down again and just work that in. The curve is getting easier to work in here as we go. Okay, here we go. We're going looks like we're pressing outward on this one and inward on this one here. So we'll go ahead and find the center here and the center here. Okay, so now let's put this orange on. Okay, and again, we're going in the same direction. All right, and we're gonna do the red. Match those two up and put a pin. Same direction for all of these. Okay, so that one goes out and this one goes in. Oh, look at that fun rainbow. Okay, and now for the last one here, we're doing finding the pink center. And we have this outer blue section here. And there we go, match those and our ends here. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and put our last layer on. Okay, and once again, we are going to keep going at the same direction that we have been pressing. Okay, we have the two halves of our rainbow. We're gonna nest all of those seams. So we press them opposite directions. So each intersection there should be nested, okay? Okay, we'll go ahead, do this one. Okay, let's go ahead and sew the seam. All right, so we're gonna put our needle down so we can pull all those pins out. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and just press. Doesn't really matter which side, just kind of go with what the fabric's liking. Okay, so now we have the top half of our rainbow. Now we are gonna go ahead and work on the bottom half, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and it's gonna, of course, line up here. So first, let's go ahead and start with the red to the orange, okay? And we'll just do multiple things at the same time. So next would be yellow, right? Yellow to green, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and match those up. And then we have our blue and our purple. And this is kind of a good way to do it. You can just lay it out and see how they go. Okay, so now I'm taking it kind of back here so I can just get the visual of how the stripes line up, how the colors. Okay, so we're going orange to yellow here. And I'm gonna go ahead and press at the end, okay? Okay, and so now we have green to blue, okay? All right, here we go. We're getting down there to the last bit. Okay, so now we are gonna go ahead and sew the purple toward the center of this sky block here in the center. Okay, and then we're just going to connect up the purple to the other side as well. Okay. Okay, so I waited to press so that I could kind of see which direction. These are all going this way, so I'm going to make all of these go the opposite direction. Okay. Going the opposite direction so that they will nest. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and match this up and pin each of the intersections here. And they should nest. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and make that seam. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew this seam. Okay, and we're going to put this bottom section on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew that on. Okay, so we're going to do this last seam. I'm going to go ahead and put my needle down. All right, and we're going to go ahead and press, and I'm going to just press toward downward, going toward the least amount of bulk. Okay, I have laid the clouds out on the block, and we're going to go ahead and press those down now. I have applied the Fusible Web applique on the back, and so place them how you'd like, and then we'll press those down, and then we're going to go ahead and sew them with a buttonhole stitch. Just go around all of these clouds. So go as slow as you need to. I'm using a light blue color so that it differentiates between the clouds. If I were to use white on white, it would probably just disappear. And I'm just pivoting as I go. Got my needle down. So I'm just appliquing around all of these clouds. And I've started with the one on the top. And this is why I used a kind of a light blue, light turquoise color, because I wanted to be able to see the differentiation between the clouds here, because there's 3 of them stacked on each other. Okay, so I have both of those blue threads, and I'm gonna just go down to the other side. I like to pull my threads through to the back side. Okay, so I'm gonna take, there is a blue and a white thread, because I leave my bobbin white when I'm appliquing. So I'm making a big loop. Okay, so I'm gonna pull those through that loop, both of those threads, and then I'm bringing it down to the fabric and pulling through using my fingernail as a stopper. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do one more. I'm gonna knot them twice, bring it down to the fabric and pull through and for a knot there. Okay, and then I will leave myself about a 1/4 inch of a tail, and I'll do that for all of the threads. All right, we have buried all the threads, and there is our finished rainbow block. All right, our block is finished. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you soon for another project. Take care.